Welcome bitches, one and all, to My Action 2, Season 2, Episode 2 of Elite, 34 Hours Missing. So at the end of last episode, we found out that it is Samuel who is missing. They found his bike knocked over in the woods. Now, I don't know if he ditched it or someone grabbed him and he dropped it. I don't know, but we're gonna have to see how that goes. It seems like he's trying to run away from something, which would make sense considering he's digging into Medina's death, as we've already seen what Carla's dad will do if he finds out that you know. So Samuel's got to be careful. We also had two new characters introduced, Valerio and Rebecca. Now, Valerio is Lou's half-brother, and there's a bit of an incest storyline going on there. It's gross. I wish they didn't do it, but we are dealing with what we have, and I don't know. We'll see how that impacts the story if anyone finds out and it causes some issues. Now, Rebecca, I do like her. I love her attitude. I love her vibe. However, I am sure she's going to rub some people the wrong way. We've already seen how her and Lou have interacted. I don't think that that is a one-off, so I'm excited to see where she goes. And yeah, I'm just really excited to get into it because I always find episode 1s are very set-up-y. They're designed to introduce new characters, new concepts, the vibe of the season, whereas episode 2s are always the actual beginning of the story, which is what I'm very excited for. So yes, with all of that said, let's jump back into the world of Elite. Damn.
La clave está en el entorno de Carla.
Oh, so he already knows.
No creerás que tú puedes gustarle.
I mean, that is one route in.
Si crees que el Christian acabó sin piernas por estar cerca, no deberías tener cuidado. ¿Eh?
That is true as well. Like I was saying before, the closer he gets to him, the more risk he has of something happening. And we already know he goes missing, so. That looks sketchy. Oh, that looks very sketchy. I mean, she's always been a rather distant mother. Yeah. Like, I don't mean that to say that she's, like, been a bad mother, because they tend to struggle, but you can't deny that she hasn't been around for him. Oh, shit. Oh my god. So that's probably related to Rebecca's parents. Did they pay him off for some reason, or was he working with them? Did they get the money to try and... Oh, I don't know. God, that is throwing a huge spanner in the works. This is the thing. I'm trying to enjoy them together as brother and sister, but the whole incest thing just ruins it. Like, that was cute, but then when you think about what that might mean to the two of them, it's like, ew. Oh, shit, I'm not gonna lie. I forgot all about their dad.
Baba.
Aún no puedes caminar. Vamos a hacerle caso a los médicos, ¿vale?
Estoy bien.
No.
Todos te vamos a ayudar, ¿a que sí? Sí.
Problem is, with a man like that, he won't want help.
Vete a clase.
Y ver cómo nos organizamos aquí.
Tu hermano.
Are they not speaking right now based on how Andor was last episode?
Yo solo te quiero ayudar.
No.
Tranquilo.
Nadia, you know your dad. Like, the little that I know about your dad, he will not accept help like that.
Nos va a ayudar a recordarla, pero también a que empecemos a dejar todo esto atrás.
¿Te refieres al asesinato de mi hermana como todo esto, mamá?
Yeah.
Pero ¿cómo puede ser tan fría?
I get the sentiment, but like, you can't put something like that behind you. You can try and move on and accept what's happened, but you'll never forget and be able to just move on. You know what I mean? Like, you have to work on your wording, love.
Respiro, pero estoy muerta. Tengo claro que no lo voy a superar. Nunca.
Yeah. I just think it never works when you tell someone to get over it, because to tell them to get over it makes them feel worse for not getting over it. You know what I mean? Like, you need to try and move on, but not move on. Move on is the wrong word. You need to accept what's happened. You need to accept that there is nothing you can do about it, and just try and live your life as best as you can. It's going to be hard. It's going to be different. You're probably going to think about her every day, but you have to try and live your life, or else it's 2 lives lost, you know? Carla, you can't be so fucking naive. She has to know. Yeah. As a family, how do you get over that? Knowing your dad's done all that. Like... Oh, so this is the new girl. She's very pretty. Here we go. Operation Take Carla Down.
Mira, es que no sabía quién preguntárselo, como tú eres de su grupo de amigos. ¿Tú crees que a Guzmán le molestará mucho si yo asisto?
Samu. Okay. That was shit. That was a shit first start. One, You're approaching her about something that we all know the answer to and is so fucking obvious. Of course he would care if you go. 2, you can't just come around the corner like that and approach her off guard. Like, you need to work your way into it, Samu. I'm sorry. No.
Vosotros sois los que más tiempo pasáis con Samuel, sus compañeros de clase.
Oh shit, we're actually going to the school in the future. Well, is Guzman happy that he's missing?
Samuel, ¿te puedo hacer una pregunta?
Damn, Anda, you are looking beautiful.
La cagué muchísimo con su familia el otro día en el hospital.
Yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You did.
Dale tiempo, tía.
I don't think Samu's in the right mindset to give you advice right now anyway.
Ander, ¿qué haces hablando con ese?
Guzman, fucking stop.
Siento mucho lo que le pasó a tu hermana, pero déjate de historias. Déjate de misas y de comerte la cabeza, ¿vale? Primero, lo de la misa fue idea de mi madre. A mí tampoco me apetece una mierda.
Yeah, and the mass thing was the problem in that sentence. I get being annoyed at Guzman and all that, and not tarnishing Medina's memory because you're talking to Samu, but mentioning the mass, that's just... I feel like it's very unrelated. If they want to have a mass to help with their grief, then how is that a problem? You know, it's like Anda took one thing that he was actually correct about and should have gone to Guzman about, and then because he threw the mass thing in, it kind of fucked up with the message. I wish he just kept on point.
Ojalá acabe esto ya de una vez. Llevo unas noches sin pegar ojo.
¿Por qué?
Polo?
¿De verdad te crees que fue una casualidad el accidente de Christian?
Yeah.
Me voy a volver loca como no hable con alguien.
Yeah.
¿Tomamos algo luego?
Oh, of course he fucking wants to.
Ahora que no está Christian, ¿quieres tomar algo conmigo?
Oh, he's standing up for himself? Thing is, I liked Polo to a certain degree, and I liked his character, but he murdered Medina. Like, I can't like him anymore at all.
Ay, chicas, pues muchísimas gracias. Y gracias a ti, eres un encanto. Chao.
If you think Lou's been lovely, you have misread that whole thing.
Vive sola, sin padres.
Wow.
No me lo creo.
Oh god, Lou's gonna be digging now.
Pudiera dejar de rayarme la cabeza solo un momento. Dejar de sentir toda esta rabia que me está consumiendo.
Uh-oh, is he gonna give him pills?
Yo te puedo ayudar en eso, lo sabes.
Fuck's sake. That's not the way to go about it.
Cayetana, encantada. Pues muchas gracias. ¿Me mandas tú la ubicación? ¿Seguro? Vale. Quedamos a las 5, ¿no? Perfecto.
Oh my god, I've heard it before because my dad's girlfriend's Italian. But Jesus Christ, some Europeans speak so fucking fast. That like hurt my brain trying to read that. Jesus Christ. Right. Let's go again.
No, mejor vamos a tu casa hoy. ¿Qué te parece? Mi casa. Sí, ¿no? Vale. Perfecto. Me mandas la ubicación. Eres un encanto.
Yeah, she is 100% gonna be able to read that you did that on purpose.
You bitch. Te acabas de dar esquinazo, Carla. Y sois exactamente iguales. Todo fachada. Por eso estás obsesionada con ella.
Oh my god, Carla, you just read that bitch to filth in front of her face.
Quien está más hermética y distante eres tú, ¿vale? Así que no me vengas con esto. Soy yo, me puedes contar.
She really can't. Like, she really can't. It's not some little thing. She knows who murdered your boyfriend's sister. Oh, sick. I love that Nadia's befriending Rebecca. Oh, they are going to be a powerful duo.
Baba quiere que tú estudies y que sea yo el que se encargue de la tienda. Así que deja ya el temita, por favor.
No tienes por qué sacrificarte tú solo.
Yeah,
Convences tú a Baba.
exactly. The problem is the dad. Like, no matter what Nadia says, this isn't Omar making a decision. It's been made for him. Like, I knew these people were rich, but fucking hell.
¿En serio vives aquí tú sola? No, con Imelda. Pero le he dicho, Imelda, tómate la tarde libre, así estamos más cómodas, ¿no?
How do people live this life? How does she live this life? What the fuck? This is real? Like, I know this is a TV show, but you know what I mean? There are people like this in the world. Jesus Christ. It's just like, it never, these things, like, you think about them, but they never occur to you until you see them. Like, this bitch lives alone in this house with these things available to her and a chef. Like, what the fuck? Crazy.
¿Qué haces aquí?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, Guzman.
¿Es en serio?
Oh, Guzman.
Además, creo que me gustaría acercarme hasta la misa de Marina.
Oye, ¿y la piba esa cómo era?
Era un torbellino. Arrasaba ya por donde pasaba.
She really was, like...
Pero tengo la sensación de que a pesar de morir tan joven, vivía más en 16 años que mucha gente en 100.
That is very true. Oh my god. Everything is just falling apart around her.
¿Has hablado con Guzmán? Antes de venir.
This is weird. We never see Ander and Polo together, like alone.
Esto es ahora mismo. ¿Qué le pasa a este tío?
I mean, he's grieving. People grieve in many different ways. Oh shit. Samu, no, no.
Vamos a buscarle. ¿Por qué? Si se está divirtiendo.
Yeah.
No está bien, Polo.
I don't know if I agree with going to get him though. Because like, I agree that he's obviously not in the best place right now and he's obviously having a bit of a breakdown. But he's just trying to grieve. People grieve in so many different ways and he's actually enjoying himself for once. Let him have this moment and deal with it later on. You know what I mean? Just let him have this one moment of peace.
No pintas nada aquí.
¿Y tú?
Actually, yeah. Carla, how can you sit here and say you shouldn't be here when you know who murdered her?
Marina hizo con nosotros lo que quiso. Y aquí estamos. Llorándola.
You have a point.
Le he pasado para no dar señales de vida.
Carla seems a bit shaken.
Él nunca se largaría sin decir nada.
She obviously knows something because she was a whole part of trying to get the info.
Que ahora sea el hombre de la casa no significa que tengas que mentirme. Yo no soy baba.
Exactly. She's got so used to lying. You're allowed to go and have fun.
¿Estás haciendo inventario?
Sí. Me estás superando.
Me queda ayudarte. Y Baba no se tiene por qué enterar. Rebe, lo siento, pero es mejor que te vayas.
Me queda ayudaros y así acabamos antes, ¿no? ¿O qué?
Hell yeah.
Vaya planazo de tarde, ¿eh? ¿Quién quiere reggaetón? Pudiendo contar peras toda la tarde.
I really do like this girl. She's very much a... Oh, how do I say this? She just likes to have people around her. She doesn't seem to care what they do. She just likes having people around her and she seems like a really good person. And I really do appreciate that because she may come across as quite hard-strung and almost rude, but not rude in that she's being rude. In that a lot of people take strength as a sign of rudeness because it's intimidating. And I think that's what she gives off. She gives off this intimidation, but underneath all of it, she's just such a nice person. And I don't know, she's really growing on me. Based on the way Carla was looking at Samu before, does something actually develop between them? Like something real? Because she looked shaken.
Nunca te había visto así.
No me conoces de nada.
She has a point. When did you really hang out?
A mí me apetece una cerveza.
A mí también. Pero no contigo.
¿Tienes alguien mejor?
Oh, Jesus.
Tengo una mosquita en la cabeza. Una mosca que no me deja estar tranquilo.
Oh, no.
Estoy tratando de sacarme hace años de la cabeza y no puedo.
Oh, no.
Lo que te estoy diciendo es que nadie puede hacerte sombra.
Oh, no.
¿Dónde están mis amigos? Hola chicos, ¿cómo estáis?
Oh, my God.
¿Crees que alguno de tus compañeros puede tener algo que ver con la desaparición de Samuel?
Does he know something? He looks like he knows
¿Qué le hace
something.
pensar que yo sé algo de ese tema?
The fact that you said that.
Que desde que te has sentado no me has mirado ni una vez a los ojos.
Yeah, your body language is all over the place right now, my friend.
¿Hablaron con mi hermana ya?
Con Lucrecia.
Llámemelo.
Porque deberían.
So Lou knows something.
Venga, coño, pero si este va a clase. Y yo lo había hecho al hijo y te lo quedas tú, qué cabrón. Bueno, pues no seas tonto y llamaré, ¿no?
¿Qué va?
Yo que tú no me escondías en esto para ocultar esto de aquí.
Damn, she read you like a book, mate.
Porque luego nunca sabes cuándo la gente puede desaparecer de tu vida. Venga, llámale.
¿Qué va?
Interesting saying about how people won't disappear from your life and it pans from Nadia to Guzman.
¿Tú te quedas en la fiesta? ¡Vamos! ¡Sí, señor!
I mean, have you asked the girls whose house it is if you can stay? Oh,
No, la compró mi madre en una subasta de Sotheby's. Una de tantas, ¿eh? Sí, no la voy a echar de menos. Yo creo que ya fue suficiente, ¿no?
yeah.
Vale, nadie sabe lo que es estar en tu lugar. Y nadie ha perdido una hermana. Mi hermana no murió. A mi hermana la mataron.
By him. By him. How can Polo sit here right now? How the fuck can Polo be there right now? It just makes me fucking sick. I like the fact that this is it's portrayed as him being his like friend and still being there because that's what he was. But like, I forget sometimes that Polo killed her because of how much he's around Guzman and acting like a good friend. Like, it's fucking disgusting. I don't think I've ever seen something like this in a TV show where I felt so uncomfortable because the murder is literally right next to him. Like, it's gross.
¿Puedo hacerte una pregunta?
Perdí mi virginidad a los 14.
Oh my god.
Es el tipo de preguntas que atraigo normalmente. No sé por qué.
Damn.
¿Tuviste algo que ver con el asesinato de Marina?
Oh my god.
Por eso ese empeño en acercarte a mí.
Yeah, she's not stupid, Samu. It's been quite obvious that you've randomly just started trying to talk to her.
¿Tuviste algo que ver con la muerte de Marina?
No lo soportarías. No lo soporto ni yo.
Pruébame.
Sí. Tuve que ver.
Oh my god, Carla, careful. Oh my god. I did not expect any of this. Samu. Samu, no. That's disgusting. I get that he's drunk and he's going through a lot right now, but finding out that this girl has something to do with your girlfriend's death and then going and kissing her.
Yo solo quiero que me folles. ¿Sabrás?
Las tías como tú no se enrollan con tíos como yo.
¿Qué sabrás tú cómo son las tías como yo?
Oh my god. This is so unexpected. I just don't know what to say. Like, what the fuck?
Él empezaba a estar mejor, estaba mejor. Y yo lo ayudé.
Oh, love, it's not quick and simple like that.
No entiendo por qué te estoy contando yo.
I was gonna say, we never see Lou this vulnerable.
Porque lo necesitas, Lucrecia. En serio, y porque las amigas estamos para eso.
Nos vamos.
Aw.
No te empalmes, No te empalmes, Poli.
Oh, for fuck's sake, for fuck's sake.
No os vayáis. Dormís conmigo aquí un rato, como antes, ¿os acordáis?
Esto es raro de cojones.
¿Por qué? Ni que no hubiéramos dormido más veces juntos, Ander.
Ya, pero yo no había salido del armario y tú no eras bi.
Vi.
He's definitely not straight.
¿Te ha puesto Guzmán alguna vez?
¿Qué dices?
Were you?
¿A mí? No, nada, nunca. Asco. ¿Y yo?
Oh my god, what is going on here?
Se agradece el calorcito. El contacto.
Is something about to happen?
Ten cuidado con el contacto.
Anda's in a relationship.
A lo tonto me estoy empalmando un poco, ¿eh?
No me jodas.
Oh my god.
Joder, tápate tú también, coño.
¿Y qué hago? No soy de piedra.
Nos hacemos una.
Aquí con Guzmán.
Yeah. Oh my god. Are we actually watching this right now? Are we actually watching this right now?
Estamos locos.
What the fuck are we watching? This is so weird. Oh no. And you're in a relationship. As far as I can tell, they're monogamous, so this is going to be an issue.
Mañana nos olvidamos de todo esto, ¿vale?
Esto es una paja entre colegas.
We're just friends jerking off. I don't really want to watch this right now, if I'm honest with you. Especially as Guzman's sleeping right next to them. Thank you. Jesus Christ, I was waiting for it to get off my screen.
Calle, ¿aún estás aquí?
Sí, pero ya estoy, así que...
¿Y el perro?
Lo he tenido que encerrar porque se estaba portando un poco mal. De hecho, ha roto la estatua esa de ahí.
Wait, is she the maid? Is she the one that made the food? Is that what we're about to get? Are these not even her parents? Does she work for them?
Calle, no vuelvas a encerrar el perro, ¿vale? Dedícate a limpiar.
Stick to cleaning. Oh my god. That makes so much sense based on her personality. Look at them. For fuck's sake. Is he finally going to get rid of it all? I don't think you have to get rid of it all. If you want to have some memories, that's fine. But keeping everything in a box that's always visible, it's going to make it harder to move on.
¿Sabes por qué me jode tanto que habléis con Samuel?
Sí, por su hermano.
Su presencia me jode por otra cosa.
Because he was there for her when you weren't?
Yo pude haberlo evitado. Él me lo advirtió y no hice nada.
Yeah.
Tío.
The whole time, that's what I was saying. That.
Me preocupa más. ¿Y si tienes razón?
What?
¿Y si Nano no es el verdadero asesino?
No, the real one's behind you.
¿Cómo voy a pasar páginas si no sé que el verdadero asesino de mi hermana está en la cárcel?
Is Polo awake listening? Yeah. I've never seen a situation like this before.
¿Y por qué iba a hacer eso?
Porque Samuel nunca debió volver a este colegio.
So they didn't repair their relationship then?
Quizá porque todos los tíos que están a su alrededor acaban esfumándose de una forma u otra.
Oh, shit.
Lo siento.
Well, you obviously do, love. Your body language is screaming that you know something.
¿O también te lo vas a guardar para ti?
Two? So she did tell Lou eventually?
Está muerto.
I don't believe it. They wouldn't reveal that to us without showing us. They would not tell us that he's dead and then not show us that he's dead. You know what I mean? I don't believe it at all. So let's start in the future and talk about all the info that was revealed. So we know that Samu's mum doesn't know where he is. She's been very distant, which makes sense because I was trying to say it earlier, but like, I don't know if I got my words out right. She's a very distant mother, but I don't think it's distance out of choice. I think she's very distant because they struggle money-wise, and with Nano gone as well, she's having to pay for the rent, she's having to keep all of their lives afloat, and she's trying to save money to get his bail as well. That's what she was saying. So you can't blame her for being distant. I just think that's another thing that's playing into Samu's mindset right now because he has no family around him. He has no good friends around him. You think Christian was a good friend of his, he's gone. Omar's a good friend of his, but Omar's very locked away right now and very distant himself. So Samu really is alone right now. And he's on such a war path right now as well. So we found out that he has all of this money under his bed. We did see earlier Rebecca's parents or whoever they were. It looked like her mum with two other people. I don't know if they were relatives or associates, but they were counting money, and that never is a good thing. Whenever you see someone with one of those counting machines counting lots of money, it isn't a good thing. So I don't know what they're into. Lou did say in episode 1 that I've seen people like you before where her parents would be in like the drug business, but we'll see. Because I really do like Rebecca. She seems like a really good person. So it's interesting to see that her family are doing something a bit dodgy. Now this money, I don't know if it was a bribe or maybe it was given to him so he could bribe. I don't know. Maybe pay someone off. But why would you do that? Why would you need that? It's confusing. I don't know what Samu would need all of that money for. We then obviously had various police interviews at the school, and the people that stood out the most to me were definitely Carla. Carla looked concerned and scared, and I think it shows that they did get closer as the season went on. I don't know if it was real getting close, or if it is all part of Samu's plan. I don't know if the waters got a bit foggy at one point, but she definitely seems to care about him more. Guzman was still very distant and looked like he hated Samu and he didn't really care, which is interesting to see considering he had a moment of epiphany in this episode where he realized that he wasn't mad at Samu because it was his brother that potentially killed her. He was mad at him because he told Guzman. And I said this from the start. All of this is Guzman channeling his negative energy into something fake. It's not that he's angry at Samu because of Nano. He's angry at Samu because he literally told him the problem and he asked Guzman for help and Guzman didn't do it. So of course he's going to feel awful about that. And I don't think it's Guzman's fault, but he needs to accept that that's why. But evidently in the future, it's not like him and Samu grew a bond or he forgave him because he really didn't seem to care. Now, the final scene in the future is where I think it gets quite interesting because we haven't seen Polo in any of those interviews. And when Lou walked up to her, Lou looked very pissed off at Carla, like she was angry with her. And she said, "You're not going to keep this to yourself as well," which I think that it all came out that Polo killed Medina. I think it did. Because Polo hasn't been seen at all. Guzman seems very distant and very out of it again. Lou seems pissed off at Carla. Carla seems emotional. It all just adds up that it might have come out that Polo is the one who killed Medina, or at least he's in jail suspected of it. Interesting. But at the end when she said that he's dead, I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. They wouldn't tell us something like that and not show us. I feel like if they're truly, like they did with Medina, if they're truly gonna give this idea that he's dead, they would show us him dead. I don't trust it. But I wonder why Carla thinks he's dead. Is it her dad that's done something again? It would make sense. Because if Polo gets found out for the murder, they're going to want to know the motive. And we all know the motive was to protect Carla, which was to protect her family because of the info. And then they have the info that Nano gave about it all. Like, it's all going to come out. So her dad could have gone and done it. Maybe she thinks her dad did it, but he actually didn't. But anyway, back to the present/past. We saw a lot of this episode, Guzman struggling with Medina's death. Obviously, he's grieving. It's going to take a while. And we finally had, near the end, a bit of resolution where he was watching an old tape and getting emotional about his sister, but it seemed very much like he was a bit more at peace with the idea. Like, not that he had moved on, but that he was finally coming to terms with what happened and why he's feeling this way. And I do hope that from this moment on, it gets easier for him. It will never get easy, but I hope it does get easier. Now, I'm not sure how to pronounce the new girl's name. It's spelled as though it's Kaitana. I don't know. Like, how do you pronounce that? I've never seen a name like that. No, I don't know. But she's a very interesting person because she gave off this vibe that she is a very popular girl and she's got so much money and she's so rich. But as we found out near the end, she's just the maid for that house. She's like their cook and all that. Now she goes to this very expensive school, which is interesting. Maybe that's her way of getting paid. Maybe they don't pay her. They give her amenities while she looks after their house and dog and all that. And they pay for her school, but that's it. I don't know, but that's a very expensive school and would be a very expensive salary. So I'm not really sure on that front. But yeah, her and Lou do seem to be very similar people, even though a lot of what she does is a lie. A lot of what Lou does is a lie. Lou is a master in manipulation and getting what she wants. And this girl is a very good manipulator. She's manipulated everyone into thinking that she's this person. So I do think that they will get on well together. Now, Nadia and Omar struggle with their dad. I was saying it all episode, like, the dad is one of those men. He will not accept help. He will not accept help from anyone. He wants everything to be normal. He wants to be the man of the house and just go forth and be strong. But you can't do that when you're in this state. It's physically impossible. So them being there for him and getting him to accept that fact and to try and help him is very good. And I hope he is easy on them for it, because he definitely seems like the kind of person who would like slap their hand away when they're trying to help him, you know? So it did seem as though he was very receptive at the end. He was very like, okay, I'll allow this. So while it is shit for them to have to go through, considering their dad's put them through a lot, them being there for him right now, I hope does a lot for their relationship and he's a lot easier on them in the future. But we'll see. I'm not too hopeful on that. Now, Ander and Polo, what the fuck? That was so out of nowhere and just so... I don't know. I did not expect that in my wildest nightmares. Like, they're okay together. Like, right, when I'm talking about Polo in this scene, I'm ignoring the fact that Polo is a murderer. We'll put that out of mind. We'll just think of it as Ander and Polo as friends. That's weird. You can't tell me that's not weird. It's definitely not conventional, and you could argue that it's fine because they're both friends and they're just, like, doing something fun, which all friends do, but you can't deny that that's a bit weird. To have two good friends do that with each other. Like, I don't know about you, but no. Now, Ander and Omar, I don't think they're in an open relationship, but they've never really said. They never really said if they're monogamous. But I thought they were. However, Ander doesn't seem to be very remorseful. Like, when he didn't pick up Omar's call, it wasn't like he was feeling like, oh shit, what did I do? It was just more like, I'm not doing this right now. So if he doesn't feel bad, then maybe they are in an open relationship. I don't know. 'Tis interesting. We'll have to wait and see on that front. Carla and Samu at the bar just confuses me because they're both obviously going through a lot. They both got a lot on their minds. But for Carla to stand there and say, yes, I did have something to do with the murder, and then for Samu to then go and kiss her and then they have sex, I don't understand. I don't understand how Samu thought that. I know he's not clear of mind right now, but you can't use that as an excuse for kissing someone who had a hand in a Medina's murder. Like, what? I don't get it. It's weird. I keep saying that because so many things that happen in this episode are weird. They don't make sense. They don't make logical sense. Like when Carla and Samu were talking, I thought, oh, they have a cool energy. I never really thought them together, but I can see it. But when you put it in the context of the episode and everything that's gone on and everything that everyone has done, I don't like it. It just feels wrong. It really does feel wrong. But yeah, anyway, that was episode 2. We had a lot of things happen, a lot of new developments, a lot of character development, and a lot of things set up. I feel like episode 2 set up just as much as episode 1 did. Because with all the scenes in the future, like we got the money, what's going on with that? We've got all of the interviews at the school, so it's during term time that he ran away. And we find out that Carla thinks he's dead, so why does she think that? What does she know? You know, so many things have been set up. I really do love this show. It's so good at grasping you in, and I just want to know what happened. Like, I really want to watch episode 3. I don't have the time, but any show that makes you just need to watch the next episode, it proves that it's a good show, you know? But yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching. I've left a link down below to my Patreon where you'll be able to find the early and uncut reactions to Elite and all the other shows that I do. If you enjoyed the reaction, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.